making some pizza today. About to start making our pizza. Number one step is to always wash your hands first. I've already done that. You gotta wash your hands nice and clean because you gotta wash your hands. You can't have that corona in your food, you know? Mm-hmm. This guy's just eating my mom's potatoes because he's a no-life, just stealing all my potatoes, you know? Just straight up eating all the potatoes, man. This guy, he's still eating them. Okay, back to what we were doing. We're gonna start making our pizza. The ingredients for this pizza is 1.5 cups of flour, around a teaspoon of yeast, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, some warm water, you just have to estimate it, and around a tablespoon of oil. And yeah.
So we got
so we're gonna start.
Chef Ninja over here and let's make some pizza.
We're gonna start with our salt and sugar.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Because you gotta have that mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
And
we got a big fart.
got a big fart.
Big fart. That's very important. If you don't have that big fart, your yeast won't rise. So yeah, don't worry. You gotta have that big fart.
Okay, now we're gonna add in our yeast.
Mm-hmm. Mix
that in. Make sure it's nice and incorporated. You can't add your salt and yeast in at the same time because the salt will kill the yeast, which is bad because then it won't rise. So you make sure you have your mix in your salt with the flour first, and then add in your yeast after.
Also gotta have a really receded hairline.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotta have a waist hairline. Now you're gonna add in.
And the oil.
Add in
oil
a tablespoon of oil, just
oil
eyeball
that stuff up.
Just eyeball it.
Mm-hmm. Just oil that stuff up.
Don't mix it in yet. Then you add your water. Just have to estimate it.
You gotta make sure it's not too dry, but not too wet.
It's better to have it wet than dry, though, because it's pizza. So it's better to have it more wet than more dry.
My mom made dumpling dough yesterday, and I used it for pizza.
Actually?
Yeah, it actually kind of worked.
Okay.
It's just that there wasn't a char at the bottom.
At first, you'll see that it's kind of dry, but as you continue to mix it in, it'll get wetter. It'll get more incorporated. In fact, it'll probably be wetter than you would want it to be.
Alright, cutting to when it's finished.
Alright, so we just gotta knead this for just around, knead it like really well. You gotta knead it a lot. So I would say knead it around like 10 minutes. It is the best amount of time to knead it. And then just knead it as much as you can. 10 minutes, just set a timer and just knead it. And I'll cut to when I'm done kneading yeah.
Alright guys, the dough is ready.
So try to keep your dough like wet, but if it gets too wet at some points, you can always add some more flour and just continue kneading. So I've been kneading for around 10 minutes right here. I'm gonna make 2 pizzas with this amount of dough, so I'm gonna just split it in half. All right. Then we're gonna take this ball and we're gonna form it and just like try to make it into like the best ball that you can by tucking both ends and just bringing them into the middle. So we have a nice ball right here. I'm just gonna put it on this oiled plate that I had lying there so it won't stick. Same thing with this ball. Tuck in the ends. And then just place it on this oiled place. And then I'm gonna take some cling film that's on top of my fridge for some reason. I'm gonna take some out. I'm gonna pour some oil on it so it doesn't stick to the dough. And just cut and then just lay it on so the dough doesn't form a skin. Now we're just gonna let it rest. For a bit, and then I'll come back to you in around an hour. Alright, so I'm gonna start with after we made our dough, I'm gonna cut some cheese. I cut strips because it's much easier than shredding it. And there's really no point in shredding cheese because it's actually better to have strips of cheese.
You lose flavor, right?
It's not losing flavor. You just get bigger areas of cheese instead of getting just like one entire area. And especially if you're making it homemade, you just don't want to shred your cheese. It just takes way too long.
Can you get a slice?
No. Fine, you can get this slice.
Alright.
Mine's waste. I'm gonna steal my cheese.
Yo guys, this is some good stuff right here. What's this cheese called?
Havarti, I think.
Bro.
It's either Havarti or
This is some good stuff right
Havarte.
there.
I don't know.
You guys should try this stuff out.
Yeah, you should make this homemade pizza and then tag me on Instagram. Don't tag me, but post it on Instagram. You could tag me if you want.
Yeah. Let's see your versions on Instagram. Just tag us.
Alright, so now we're gonna make our sauce. I'm gonna take some garlic. I'm gonna crush it so I can peel it really easily. Comes right off, and then I'm just gonna give it a quick dice. And just chop it up. Okay, now you got your garlic. Nice and chopped up. I was a bra moment and I didn't get crushed tomatoes and I got whole tomatoes, but that's on. I don't mind because I don't mind some big tomato slices. Take these tomatoes out. I'm just gonna put them on my chopping board and just give it a rough cut because I got whole tomatoes because I'm stupid. This is supposed to be PG, but who cares? It's kind of a rough chop. Okay, now it's got all over my hand. Take this bowl. Oh no. Just gonna put it in the bowl. Go in.
Watch out for the sides.
Alright, there you go. I got it everywhere, but who cares? I'm gonna put the garlic in there as well. You have a sloppy kitchen in my house. That's what happens when you come to my house. The kitchen is very sloppy. I'm gonna take some of the sauce as well from the can. And then I'm gonna go over here. There's a tiny bit of basil in it. I'm just gonna take that out. Go over here, grab some salt and some pepper. And then just give that a little mix and set that aside. And yeah. Now I'm gonna preheat the oven that I have in my basement because my life is weird. So yeah, I'm gonna set my oven to bake and then turn it up as high as you can. My oven goes to 500 degrees, so I'm gonna leave it at 500 degrees. I'm unwrapping this dough. I'm gonna take it out real quick. Covered it with a few more plastic sheets after it riz. I didn't let it rise for that long because I'm kind of a bra moment and I rushed it kind of. Just gonna let it stretch out a bit. Place it in my thing. And then spread it out all the way to the ends. It's better to leave your dish and let it preheat in your oven while it's at the highest possible. But since I suck at transferring it onto that because I don't have a pizza peel, so I'm just gonna do it directly on it, which is fine. And my dad's about to come in, which is a bro. Alright, so now that you got your pizza flattened out, make sure just to remember never to roll your pizza dough out with the rolling pin because that will get all the puffs of air that you have. If you let it rest for a longer time, it'll just pop all of them. So you make sure you just just use your fingers and spread it out. Now I'm gonna start putting my sauce on. It's chunky because I got whole tomatoes because I'm waste. I'm gonna put half of this sauce on. Spread it out in a thin layer. This chunk is way too big, but who cares? Okay, now I got this spread out. I'm gonna take our cheese. I'm not gonna put that much because I have like no cheese left, but who cares? Just gonna put some cheese on. Okay. To our preheated oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Because I'm American. And yeah. Just leave it there in for around 3 to 5 minutes, maybe longer, depending on how you like your pizza. It's good to have like a tiny, like some burnt spots. Just gotta wait for the cheese to melt and the crust to get nice and golden brown.
Guys, think the pizza's done?
I'm wearing my mitts because
No? Oven mitts?
my mitts.
I don't think you guys can really see this, but as soon as you
Alright,
close it out,
mitts.
oh, that's some good stuff right there.
It's hot. It's a cutter.
Slide that on the cutting board. Ooh, that's some
Alright.
good pizza right there.
Alright, now we're gonna make our
Homemade
second one.
pizza.
Make our second one.
So this tray is gonna be preheated, so
This tray is preheated. So I'm gonna take this real quick. Open it up. This time I'm not gonna spread it out on that. I'm just gonna let it fall and go around the edges. Just let it fall and lay it on. And just spread it out a bit. Alright, now it's nice and spread out. I'll take my sauce and try to do this quickly. Try to do this quickly. So the dough doesn't get soggy once you put it in. So just spread it out nicely, get everything out. Get the cheese.
lay that cheese on there.
You can put some olive oil or just sprinkle some salt and pepper on there at this point, but since I always season the sauce, it should be fine.
Alright, let's hit in the oven.
I get a huge heat blast from this 500-degree oven, and you slide it right in. And then we put it in for around the same time as we put in for the other one, and I'll get back to you when that's done.
Alright guys, I think the pizza's ready.
Second pizza?
Second pizza.
Going in?
Turn the ventilator on.
No, I need to stay on for a bit. Oh, second pizza?
Oh,
Ah,
that looks nice.
Let's the oven off.
Hey guys, you guys don't realize this, but it smells so good here.
This is our first couch session.
Yep.
We got our pizzas right here. Oh no.
Nice.
We got our pizzas right
Good
here.
stuff, good stuff.
We're gonna take a slice and give you a quick homemade pizza review. Which one do you want?
Take this one.
Okay, I'll take this one. Alright, ready? Cheers.
Alright, cheers.
That's so good.
Oh, that's actually good, bro.
Bro, this guy goes makeless. This video to 5 likes, okay? 5 likes.
You guys should actually try this out. This is good stuff right here.
Yeah, good stuff. You gotta get this to 5 likes, okay? 5 likes, and then comment what tutorial you want us to make next. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And follow us on Instagram
Check out our Insta, guys. Check
in the
out our Insta.
description box below.